Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Playtime this week. We've got lots of fun in store for you today, so I hope you're going to enjoy. But before we start, we need to sing our hello song. So I hope you've got your hands ready to wave to everybody and we will sing together. Are you ready? Hello everybody, hello everyone, hello everybody, we'll have so much fun. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along at Playtime here today. I hope you all joined in singing with me there, and I hope you're ready to have lots of fun with us today. It's good that we can share stories, songs and crafts together here on Facebook or YouTube if that's where you're watching it. But I do miss seeing your faces, so if you're around in the high street or see me in the park or see me walking around, please do shout out hello and give me a big wave, and maybe we can have a socially distanced chat with each other. I hope some of you are joining in with the wildlife safari around Egham. If you haven't heard about that yet, just email me and I can send you the details. And maybe if you want to go out for a walk, we could do the safari together. It would be lovely. Before we go any further, I think we should sing happy birthday to anyone that may have had a birthday in the last few days or maybe in the next week. So I'm going to start off by putting on my birthday hat. Are we ready? There's my birthday hat, but wait, I still need to light the candles before we sing, don't I? So I've got my birthday cake here. I'm going to light it and then hold it up for you to see. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. These candles don't want to light today. 3 and 4. Now I know that Jay has had a birthday in the last few days, but he was 5. Sadly, I've not got 5 candles on my cake. But Jay, this is for you as well. So, let's hold this up. What an intro. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you. Blow out the candles. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Let's get rid of all that smoke. Oh, I need a bit of a cough. I think I breathed in a bit of smoke. Not a good thing to do. Let me put the cake away and take off my hat. Just get rid of that. We're going to sing Old Macdonald. Okay, I hope you're ready. I wonder what animal we'll have first. Let's have a look. I think we should have the cow. Very little cow, isn't he? Are we ready? Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh there, here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh-neigh. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. Quack, quack here and a quack, quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack, quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a woof woof here and a woof woof there, here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a woof woof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. I wonder if we did your favourite animal there, or if we missed out your favourite animal. Please do message me telling me what your favourite animals are, and maybe we can include them another time. We've now got another song which we like to sing, all about animals. This one's called Mr. Cow. It's not all about Mr. Cow. There are some other animals included in this song too. First one is going to be Mr. Cat. Are we ready? Mr. Cat, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Mr. Cat, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Well, I lie around in the sun all day, and it gives me plenty of time to say meow, meow, meow. Mr. Bird, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Mr. Bird, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Well, I fly around in the sky all day, and it gives me plenty of time to say tweet, 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 tweet. Mr. Dog, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Mr. Dog, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Well, I lie around in the sun all day, and it gives me plenty of time to say woof, 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 woof. Mr. Fish, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Mr. Fish, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Well, I swim around in the pond all day, and it gives me plenty of time to say Mr. Cow, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Mr. Cow, how do you say to the Lord, I love you? Well, I stand around in the field all day, and it gives me plenty of time to say moo, moo, moo. I hope you enjoyed singing that song with us today. Maybe you can think of your own creatures. Think about what they're doing all day and how they say to the Lord, I love you. I wonder how you say to God, I love you. Well, I think it's about time for our story now. I hope that you enjoy watching it. It's a very special story that involves 3 little pigs, or maybe 3 not so little pigs.
This is the story of the 3 little pigs, their poor tired mother, and the big bad wolf. Now the poor tired mother was just that, poor because the little pigs used to eat so many cakes and sweets and biscuits and packets of crisps and packets of pom bears, and then more cakes and more biscuits, so she had no money spare to buy anything else. And tired because she was constantly fetching and carrying and tidying up after the three little pigs. The big bad wolf, who we shall meet a little later, was called the big bad wolf because he was big and bad. He was also rather smelly and bad-tempered, and he scratched a lot. But the worst thing of all about the big bad wolf was his breath. It was so smelly. It smelt like rotten eggs. The three little pigs were two brothers and one sister, named Percy, Porky, and Penny. They all looked the same, and the poor tired mother pig was always getting them muddled up. She used to give cheese and onion crisps to Percy when they were really Porky's favourites, and chocolate shortbreads often found their way onto Porky's plate when it was really Penny that always had them. Because of this, the poor tired mother pig made each of her little pigs a name badge. P for Percy, P for Porky, and P for Penny. For some reason, this didn't seem to help at all. Not only that, there was another problem. They used to be three little pigs, but because they sat around eating so much all day, they were no longer three little pigs, but three quite large and rather fat pigs. One day, Penny had an idea. She called Percy and Porky over and said,
I'm fed up with this house. It's too small for us. We need to find houses of our own. It's time to leave this tiny little place and move up to something bigger. Something we can all fit into without bumping into one another all the time.
The other two not-so-little pigs agreed and thought this was a brilliant, stupendous idea. And, after a brief argument about who had originally thought of it, the three not-so-little pigs told their poor, tired mother that they were leaving, and she could have the house all to herself. Mother Pig was pleased that she would no longer have to spend all her money feeding the not-so-little pigs, but was still sad to see them go. As they walked out of the house and through the garden gate, ready to disappear along the sunny lane that ran just past the house they all lived in, she shouted after them,
Now, little not-so-little pigs, please be careful, and whatever you do, don't have anything to do with the big, bad wolf. And remember, there will always be a home for you here, should you ever wish to return.
Off they went, down the lane, eager to quickly find a big piggy house they could all move to. After a bit, about 5 minutes actually, Percy Pig announced to the others that he was hungry and his piggy tummy was rumbling. This made the other two feel hungry as well, so they stopped for food. And nothing happened. There was no poor tired mother pig to feed them any more, so they did what the three not-so-little pigs did best. They had a big argument. It was such a big and ferocious argument, with shouting and stomping and sulking and shushing and stamping feet and wagging fingers, that when the argument had finally stopped, an eerie quiet descended on the sunny lane, and the three not-so-little pigs ended up not speaking to one another. So they walked on slowly, in silence, until Percy Pig spotted a field of straw and had an idea. I know, he thought.
I'll build myself a nice house of straw and I'll snuggle down inside for a nice rest.
And that's exactly what he did. It was hard work for a little pig, but the thought of a nice rest at the end of it spurred him on with his work. And by the end of the morning, Percy Pig had built himself a house of straw. He snuggled down in the straw house and was just about to slip into a glorious doze when he was interrupted by a loud, gruff voice. "Oi!" shouted the voice. Percy Pig poked his little piggy nose out of the window. Little pig, can I come in?" said the voice. And Percy Pig smelt a waft of rotten eggs.
I know that smell,
thought Percy Pig.
That's the big bad wolf. No, by the hairs on my chinny chin chin, you cannot come in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, said the voice, followed by a smell of rotten eggs. Everything went quiet. Percy Pig hid. And then he heard a strange wheezing like the wind rustling through the leaves of a big oak tree at the start of autumn, blowing some of the leaves off the branches. But instead of dying down, the wind got louder and louder. The straw house began to tremble and shake until suddenly it was gone, blown away by the big bad wolf. For a second, Percy Pig was petrified. He quickly came to his senses and he scampered off as fast as his little piggy legs would take him, down the sunny lane, all the way back home to his poor, tired mother. Whilst this had been happening, Porky and Penny had walked further down the sunny lane in silence. They knew nothing about Percy's predicament and had no idea that they were being followed by the big bad wolf. The wind, you see, was in the wrong direction. As they got to the bottom of a small hill, they passed a small wood of very old-looking trees. And it was then that Porky Pig had an idea.
I know,
he said to himself.
I'll build myself a nice house of wood using these trees, and I'll have myself a nice rest.
And that's exactly what he did. It was hard work, even for a not-so-little pig, and some of the branches were heavy, and they didn't fit into the walls of the house very well. But after a bit, by the middle of the afternoon, Porky Pig had built himself a house of wood. He was very hot and sweaty from all his hard work, so he went inside to get out of the sun, which had become quite hot. After a bit, he was interrupted by a loud, gruff voice. "Oi!" shouted the voice. Porky Pig poked his head and his little piggy nose out of the window. Little pig, can I come in?" said the voice. And Porky smelt a waft of rotten eggs.
I know that smell,
thought Porky Pig.
That's the big bad wolf. No, by the hairs on my chinny chin chin, you cannot come in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, said the voice. It started with a rustle, then a moan, building to a howl as the big bad wolf blew and blew and blew until the house of wood was creaking and groaning, shaking and shivering almost as much as the poor little pig inside it. Then, just like the house of straw, it blew away. But before the big bad wolf had a chance to do anything big or anything bad, Porky Pig had run off, back down the sunny lane to the safety of his old house with his poor, tired mother pig. Now that left Penny Pig. She was a little smaller than her two brothers, a little smaller but a lot cleverer. She remembered the words her poor tired mother pig had called after them when they had left earlier that day, words of warning about the big bad wolf.
I'll need somewhere safe to stay,
she thought.
Somewhere safe and secure. Somewhere just like that.
And there it was, a little house, all on its own, on the side of the sunny lane, and all made of brick.
That looks like the place for me,
she said, and so without a thought or a care in the world, she stepped off the sunny lane, through the garden gate and down the garden path, through the front door, which had not been locked, and into what she thought was a safe, secure house for a tired, not-so-little pig. And all was well, until... little pig, can I come in?" said a loud voice. Penny Pig was not worried.
That's the big bad wolf,
she thought, and quietly and calmly she got up from the rather comfy armchair that she'd been resting in, and she walked over to the door and simply locked it shut with a click.
No, by the hairs on my chinny chin chin, you cannot come in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, said the big bad wolf. And that's what he did. He huffed and he puffed, and he wheezed and he coughed, until the air outside the house made of brick stank of rotten eggs. And after a few minutes, the big bad wolf was exhausted, so he lay down in the back garden for a rest. Meanwhile, inside the house, Penny Pig was feeling so hungry she could eat almost anything as long as it had some chocolate in it. She looked all over the house, in the cupboards, under the beds, under the stairs. She even looked in the washing machine, but there was nothing. Not even a morsel of food, not even a crumb of bread. So Penny Pig looked out of the window and she spied the big bad wolf in the garden, fast asleep, but still smelling of rotten eggs. So as carefully and as quietly as she could, she clicked the door lock on the front door and crept down the garden path, past the wolf, still snoring, through the gate, and back down the sunny lane, all the way back to her poor, tired mother pig's house. And when she arrived, she met her two brothers and her mother, who quickly got to work again finding all the favourite foods for the three not-so-little pigs. And I suspect that she still got them muddled up. But I also suspect that no one cared, because they were all just so pleased to be back home, safe and well, and fed again.
I hope you enjoyed watching that little puppet show of the three not-so-little pigs. Maybe slightly different to the story that you know, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And I love it when my children come back, so I'm sure that poor, tired mummy pig really loved having her children back, even though she had to work really hard to look after them. Maybe we should think about that and work out how we can help our mothers at home instead of making lots of work for them. Sally is now going to show us some crafts that she has created that you could try at home. So let's see what Sally has created.
Hello there. We're going to make some craft this morning. all about the three little pigs. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a headband with piggy ears. So what we need first of all is we need some pinky coloured pencils or felt tip pens. We need some glue and some scissors and a strip of paper. If you've got a big piece, then you can make one long one, or I've got two pieces that I'm going to stick together, and then another piece to make the ears. You could use, if you don't have pink paper, I'm going to colour mine in so we can use that, or you can use the cardboard of a cereal box. So I've cut these out here and I'm just going to colour them in a pinky colour, and this is going to be the band that goes round our head, and then the other one. There we go. And then I'm going to stick them together with our glue. Stick one end. There we go. And then we're going to put some glue on the other end, and then you can measure it round your head to make sure that it fits. I'm just going to make a circle there. There we go. And then what we need to do now, just put that to one side, is we need to make some ear shapes. So I'm going to draw an ear around here. You might need some help cutting out. So we need two ears. So let's cut this out here. I didn't have any pink paper, so that's why I thought I would cut it out and then we can colour them in. There we are, two ears. Get that out the way. We've got two ear shapes here, so we'll colour these in. Got felt tip here, let's colour these in there. You can take a lot longer to do this. You could use crayons as well, or you could have a spotty pig. There we go, colour it all in pink. You could make 3 headbands like the 3 little pigs and have a different one for the different pigs. One that build a house of straw, one of sticks, and then the last one out of bricks. Oh, I think my pen's just about running out. Let's see if we can just stretch it. We might just make it. There we go. Right, okay, 2 ears. And then all we simply do is put a little bit of glue on the back. There we go. That's one. And stick that to the front of our hat. And then a little bit of glue on the other one. There we go. There we go. And you've got your little pig hat. And what would be really good is we're just about to ice some biscuits in the shape of a piggy face. You could wear your hat while you're making your biscuit. So I'm just going to put that to one side, and I'm going to move the pens and the papers and the glue out of the way. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands. Don't forget to wash your hands before you do any baking. Okay. Right. We have got all sorts of goodies here. Okay, we have got some biscuits. That's going to be the main thing. Put some biscuits here. We've got some pink icing. And we have got, I don't know if you can see there, we have got a large marshmallow. We have got some little marshmallows. And we have got some raisins and some blueberries, I think they are, and some currants. I just found these in my cereal, so you can use anything. I've got some little jelly diamonds, some wafer biscuits, and some marshmallows that I've cut up as well. So we're going to decorate our biscuits. I've still got some gel on my hand. I'm going to decorate our biscuits, and you can just choose whichever way you want to do it, whichever pattern you want to do. Right, let's put some pinky icing on. You can even just make it white icing if you haven't got any pink colour at home. That's it. Spread it on there. Okay. I think I'm going to use the jelly diamonds for this piggy. We're going to pop one ear on and another ear on. I'm going to use some raisins for eyes. There we go. And a big pink marshmallow for the nose. There we go. And you could, if you want to, you could make a smiley face as well. So that's one. Let's put him down there. Let's make another one with some different marshmallows and decorations. There we are. You could make one for everybody in the family, couldn't you? Right, okay. Let's use the wafer biscuits for the ears. Oops, falling apart. Wafer biscuit there. And a wafer biscuit there. And then I think we'll use the blueberries for the eyes. There we go. And two little ones for the nose. There we go. You could use strawberry lace for the mouth if you wanted to. Okay, and we've got one more left. So here we are. One for each. Oh! One for each little pig. Oh, now we want to go this way so you can see. There we go. One for each little pig. We've got one more left. There we go. Pink icing. You can use any biscuit, digestives, rich tea, anything you've got in your biscuit jar or tin. Right, now we've got marshmallow ear. Oh, these are really sticky. Marshmallow ears. Oh, it's stuck to the plate. There we go. Marshmallow ears. There we go. And we've got currant eyes. And we've got marshmallow noses. Actually, I think I'm just going to put one on that one. There we go. And that's the last little pig. Have fun decorating your biscuits.
Thank you, Sally, for making those beautiful creations for us. And I think I'm going to make my own little piggy biscuit because they look really, really yummy. If you make any things at home, can you please send me pictures, photographs of what you've done so I can see what you have been creating? It would be lovely to see that you've been joining in with everything that we've been doing. Now, you've probably just noticed I've got Mr. Wolf on my hand. Say hello, Mr. Wolf. There. Do you know, although we said he's big and he's bad in the story, he's actually quite friendly. But when I was little, there was a song that I used to sing about who's afraid of the big bad wolf. And I thought you might like to hear it too. So would you like to join in? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. Mr. Wolf really enjoyed that song, didn't you? It was all about you. And now you feel really special, don't you? Yay! Sadly, that's all we've got time for this week. So it's time for our goodbye song. But do remember to send me in photographs, shout to me if you see me, and get your parents to send me emails. Let me know if you're joining in with the wildlife safari trail, and let me know what you're up to. It'd be lovely to know. I'm going to put Mr. Wolf down so I can wave goodbye to you. We're ready. Goodbye everybody, goodbye everyone. Goodbye everybody, we've had so much fun. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along until we meet again. Bye everybody. Say bye-bye little Red Ruthie Joanna. Bye, see you all again soon we hope. Bye.